What's up YouTube, Chill Gamer here. Today, I'm going to answer a question that so many of you are asking, and that is, what the hell is gold used for? Nah, I'm just messing with you. Today, I'll be showing you the best way to farm Seto Kaiba at level 40 after the update to version 1.3. Let's do it! So, as many of you know, dueling Kaiba can get you one of the most powerful cards in the game, Enemy Controller. This card is so useful in every deck and can change the tide in any duel. But the problem is, it's so hard to farm our Kaiba boy. Even worse, with the new update to version 1.3, we can no longer use stalling decks like Spirit Ryu and Cat's Ear Tribe against him. For more information about the update and its consequences, click the box on the left. To see how Kaiba was farmed before the update, click the box on the right. Today, I will show you how to farm Kaiba at level 40 with an optimized deck that can consistently get your duel assessment points to, wait for it, over 6,000. So without further ado, let me show you. So this deck is based around the monster card Guardian Baou, a monster with a unique effect where it gains 1000 attack for each monster it destroys. It also negates monsters' effects for the monsters it destroys, making it a key counter to DD Warrior. The goal is to destroy as many monsters as you can to increase its attack over 10,000 so you can get the big duel assessment bonus. To summon Guardian Baou, you need a monster on the field equipped with Wicked Breaking Flamberge Baou. You should get about 4 high attack beatdown monsters to equip the equip card to. Also, you should include Iron Blacksmith Koketsu to be able to draw the equip card when you need to, and Arsenal Summoner, which will help you draw Guardian Baou as fast as possible. Also, there are a lot of counter cards in this deck that will help support you against Kaiba's key cards. These include Magic Jammer, Curse of Royal, which will help you against Twister if he tries to destroy your spell cards, Fairy's Hand Mirror, and also Riryoku. Both of these cards are used to stop Enemy Controller. Finally, you should make sure to use Bandit Keith and his skill Switcheroo, which will let you draw the cards that you need and get rid of the cards that you don't. So let's jump into a duel on how this is used. So at the beginning of this duel, we managed to draw our equip card early, which is good, but in any case, even if you don't, you can just use the Blacksmith and use its flip effect to be able to draw the equip card. As you can see, we actually don't have our Guardian Baou yet. So because we already have the equip card, the Blacksmith in our hand right now is pretty useless. So what I've done is I've activated Bandit Keith's effect of Switcheroo, and I switch out the Blacksmith. Luckily, we managed to draw our Guardian Baou early on. However, if this isn't the case for you, that's why we do have 3 in the deck and also Arsenal Summoner, which we could have simply placed on the field to be able to draw it the very next turn. And so what we do here is I've attacked with a beatdown monster at first. He does summon Vorse Raider, which is stronger than our monster. However, we do have the equip card ready in our hand to be able to defeat it. So what I've done is I summon Jerry Beans Man, and then I equip the Wicked Breaking Flamberge Baou onto that monster. Of course, I want to discard the card that isn't our Guardian Baou, and then I equip it on and I attack. So as you can see, drawing Riryoku field was very important. That's why you need multiple trap cards that are able to stop his enemy controller, because if he had enemy controller at this time, we would be able to stop it. Next thing I do, I summon Guardian Baou. In this case, I managed to draw another equip card which I can equip to him, but in the deck, there's also other cards like Riryoku, which you can use against him, on him, I mean, to be able to increase his attack to defeat monsters. And you just saw there, being able to attack DD Warrior normally would be, you know, just a game loss. But in this case, because we have this effect, it can kill DD Warrior and its effect won't ever be activated. So now we can pretty much stall. We know we're pretty safe because we have the trap card on the field, and we just keep attacking monsters until his attack increases to over 10,000. Another key point here is that Kaiba does have Twister, so sometimes he might Twister your Wicked Breaking Flamberge Baou. At this point, however, if he were to Twister it, it wouldn't be a problem just because we have our monster on the field already with such high attack, and we wouldn't care if the other monster died. But if he does do it early on, that's why in the deck you have to be sure to include things like Magic Jammer and also the Curse of Royal to be able to stop that card's effect. So he did manage to kill our other monster with Blue Eyes, but as you can see, it doesn't really matter. At this point, our card has 4,800 attack and it'll only keep climbing. So as we progress through the duel, we always have to keep in mind the things that we'd be worried about right now. One, being enemy controller, of course. And so enemy controller, Kaiba does manage to use it. However, we have multiple lines of defense against it now. We use our Riryoku and there's no problem. So at this point in the game, we pretty much have the game in the bag. There's no way Kaiba's ever going to defeat our monster. We already have so many trap cards on the field too, ready for anything else that he fires at us. So we're just going to keep attacking and wait until our deck is at 0 cards before we do our final attack. So Kaiba here uses his other enemy controller. As you can see, we have 2 Magic Jammers. There's really nothing that he can do at this point to destroy our monster or ruin our strategy. So it's pretty much foolproof at this point. I draw another Wicked Breaking Flamberge Baou, you know, which isn't really necessary, but I can equip it just to increase his attack a tiny bit more. Unfortunately, I actually did make a small mistake in this duel. I equipped the Wicked Flamberge Breaking Baou onto the wrong monster. I should have equipped it to Guardian Baou just to increase his attack as much as possible. But I think what I was trying to do here was to make sure that my beatdown monster, my other beatdown monster, stays alive, and so that I can use Riryoku at the very end. Looking back now, I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have equipped it to Guardian Baou to try and increase his attack as much as possible, giving us as easy of a chance as possible to reach over 10,000. So here we are on the very last card of the deck. What we're going to do now is pretty much just use Riryoku from one card onto the other, and hopefully we'll be able to go over 10,000 damage. Okay, so that's one. Our attack is at now 8,900, and we use the other one. and so this gets our attack to 9,450. I mean, unfortunately we weren't able to reach over 10,000, but as you can see, if we were able to just kill one more monster of Kaiba's, we would have been able to do it. So with this kind of deck, our duel assessment came out to 4,900. However, it's very easy for this deck to reach a duel assessment of 6,000. I simply just had to kill one more monster, and instead of just having 1,800 for the over 5,000 damage, I would have had 3,000 points for over 10,000 damage. And in this case, if I were to just kill one more monster, it would definitely have gone over 6,000, giving you 6 cards. Also, if I had just played one more glossy card, that 4,900 would have become 5,000, giving me 5 cards. So as you can see, this deck is pretty consistent in being able to get you at least 5,000, but usually should be able to get you 6,000 duel assessment points. If you have any questions, leave your comments in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe and like the video for more great content. See you later.